Only now, with extra care. Let's do it for ourselves, for our loved ones, for everyone's safety.
Hurry up, let's go. Let's go.
And staying safe starts at home.
Nice.
From how we work and learn, to the little ways we find joy. If you must head out, take extra care. Making a small effort, being mindful, they go a long way to keeping us all safe. The health of all depends on each one of us. So let's work together, using new tools and keeping to our new habits to protect the people we love. At work, let's all be good team players.
Hi, good morning. How are you? Good.
A little distance between us today will be good for us all tomorrow. A little care can protect the one thing that means the world to us. So let's do our part.
The views and opinions expressed by the speaker, host, commentator, or other third party in ARIVA webinars, e-learning events, and/or virtual masterclass are those of the speaker, host, commentator, or third party and do not necessarily reflect and represent the views and opinions of ARIVA. Furthermore, ARIVA does not warrant, express, or imply the merchantability and fitness for a particular purpose of any product information, service, or process presented by the speaker, host, commentator, or third party, and ARIVA specifically disclaims any legal liability or responsibility for the accuracy, completeness, or usefulness of any product information, service, or process presented. Finally, material or information presentation, opinion, process, or service by, on any trade name, trademark, manufacturer, or otherwise during ARIVA webinars, e-learning events, and/or virtual masterclass do not constitute or imply ARIVA's endorsement or recommendation of such opinion, process, service, item, or organization.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to ARIVA's free live webinar. And our topic this morning is excellent professional image at work, creating a powerful professional brand and image. I'm Kate, and I'll be with you the whole morning as your host, and excited to be learning with everyone. So before I introduce our speaker, I have a few reminders to make sure that this webinar will run smoothly. ARIVA is committed to protecting your privacy, hence stricter security of this webinar has been implemented. So for better viewing of your Zoom experience, we encourage you to please update your Zoom application by visiting their website. And for those of you who are using their mobile gadgets to view this webinar, you can go to either the Google Play Store or the Apple Store so you can download and install the Zoom app. Now, I want to know who here is joining an ARIVA Academy webinar for the first time. If it's your first time, can you type hi in the chat box? And also let us know where you're located right now. I'm here in Parañaque City, and we are having a very beautiful morning here in Parañaque. So how about you? Where are you from? Where are you viewing us right now? We have a lot of first timers. Let me catch up here in the chat box. Hi, Vanessa. Good morning, Dana. Carla. Hi, Rosaline, who is in Bacoor, Cavite right now. Hi, Deborah Liz. Hi, Mary Beth, who's in Quezon City. Good morning. Good morning, GM Joy in Nueva Ecija. Wow, we have someone from Jensen. Hi, Myla. Magandang umaga. From Rizal, we have Charles Ben. From Antipolo, Manuel. Hi, Emily, who's in Manila right now. Earl is in Cebu. We have someone who is watching us from Taguig. From Cavite also, we have Noch May. Dana is in Marikina. Eileen is in BGC. Magandang umaga. Vanessa is also in Quezon City. We have someone from Pampanga. Carol, hi. Hi, Mary Ann in Makati. From Batangas, Bernadette. From Zamboanga, we have Marjeline. Melissa, who is also in Cebu, as well as Rochelle. Someone is in Tramuros. Hi, Diana. Good morning. Welcome to ARIVA Academy. Hi, Maria Ana in Cebu. From La Union, we have Romel. Hi, Romel. Someone is in Bolinao. Hi, Hector. Good morning. In San Fernando, La Union, we have Jojo. Emily is in Pasig. Hi. From Dagupan. Hi, Carlo. Magandang umaga. Shade is in Bataan. From Santa Ana, we have Dominic and Ariel in Mandaluyong. Wow. From Tagbilaran, Mary Grace. Hello. From Alaminos, we have LV. Well, we really have a lot. From Navotas, hi, Ivy Joy. From Malaybalay, Bukidnon, Venus, hi, good morning. If I am not mistaken, we have participants from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Magandang umaga, Pilipinas. Welcome to ARIVA Academy. And to those who've been with us in the past, welcome back. We're happy to have you here again with us. Okay, this time, let's do an audio check. I want to make sure that once our speaker is on screen, you will be able to hear her clearly. So please type 111 here in the chat box. If you can hear me clearly, you can type 222 if you can't hear anything. 2121 if you can hear me but the sound is laggy or the sound is breaking up. And you can also type question mark if you don't understand what is happening. We'll try to help you out. Okay, let me check. So far, I'm seeing a lot of 111s, and I've seen 1222. For those of you who are having trouble with their audios, please ask assistance from your tech team there in the office, or if you're at home, ask assistance from someone who can help you with your gadget, so that once our speaker is on screen, you'll be able to hear the discussion clearly. Wala kayong mamimiss out, okay? Thank you for that. Later, we'll have a 10-minute break. We'll make that a 10-minute break by 10:30 this morning. So I'll be announcing that. And participants' microphones will be disabled by our administrator during the discussion to avoid interruptions. But for those of you who might have questions, we'll allot the Q&A portion before we end our session this morning. During that time, you can click the raise hand button and then you can ask your question directly to our speaker. Or you can also type your question here in the chat box, and then during the Q&A portion, we'll be reading them. E-certificate of attendance will be awarded to participants who will successfully complete the entire virtual masterclass, and they will be available 3 to 5 days after the e-learning session. Now, please help us build and improve our service with your comments and feedback. Scan this QR code that will bring you to the feedback form. At the end of our session, please fill out the form and then send it back to us. Once we receive that, that is proof also of your attendance, and then we'll be sending you your certificates. There you go. Now, I know you're all excited to get to know our speaker, so let me introduce her. Our speaker is an international speaker, a personal development mentor, and training consultant, fostering transformation for personal and organizational excellence. She coaches and inspires executives, entrepreneurs, and self-employed professionals from over 30 countries to perform competitively in the global business landscape. With over 25 years of experience in luxury hospitality, global business consulting, corporate training, and social entrepreneurship, she has successfully created world-class customer service, sales, and leadership training solutions for the most demanding high-profile clients. Known for her values-based leadership practices, she develops strong strategic partnerships and sets the stage for training experts, consultants, and speakers of diverse backgrounds to connect with reputable companies. She actively supports various charitable institutions with her personal mission to educate, equip, and empower the less privileged solo parents and children to live better lives. So everyone, let us welcome our speaker, the very beautiful Coach Tinette Cortes. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Miss Kate. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Can I get some big smiles from you guys? Ngitian nyo naman ako para mahawa ang mga kasama nyo dyan sa inyong kagandahan at kagwapuhan. Miss Kate, how are you today?
I am doing well. Very excited to listen to you again, Coach.
Thank you. And you are looking just as fabulous as you always have been. So
thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute pleasure to be here again with the ARIVA family. And you know what? I will be sharing with you my screen right now because marami tayong pag-uusapan na nakaka-excite. Ayan. And you know what? As Miss Kate has mentioned, this program is called Excellent Professional Image at Work, Creating a Powerful Professional Brand and Image. Now, I don't know what your reason is for staying here with us. I know it's a beautiful Tuesday morning, but you're probably supposed to be focusing on other things, but you're here for 2 hours. And maybe you're here because you're wanting to get promoted at some point. Or maybe you're in sales and you'd like to attract more clients. Or maybe you're a student who's about to graduate and preparing to win an interview very soon. Whatever your reason is, ladies and gentlemen, this program is going to help you open your eyes, become more self-aware, and of course, move forward towards a better you. Are you okay with that? If you're ready to join me, can you give me a thumbs up? Just to show me that you're excited and that you're willing to learn. And as Miss Kate said, if you guys have questions, please do not hesitate to chat with her in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer them later on. Okay, so let's start. And Miss Kate, by the way, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And that's why I am so excited and I'm so passionate about this topic, is because of the professional background that I have been. Okay?
Excuse me, Coach. Is it okay if let's request our participants to turn on their cameras for those of them who are able to, so that they will have proof of attendance. For those whose cameras are open, that is when we'll be sending their certificates For those whose cameras are open, they will be sure to receive their certificates. We can take note of that.
Okay, guys, did you hear Miss Kate? You got to switch on your camera so
Yes.
you will qualify for the certificate. Okay, and
Yes.
of course, on my end, it's going to be much more fun to talk about this topic if I could see all your reactions and of course your faces. All right. Okay, so just to give you again a quick history on why I am so passionate about this topic, guys. Miss Kate has mentioned that I was in the hotel industry. So for 15 years, I was working in the five-star hotel. And, we had to face the most demanding, high-profile clients. And, under pressure, we were expected to think, speak, act, and decide on a five-star level all the time. So even if you're under pressure, kahit na masama yung pakiramdam mo, even if you have just broken up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, walang excuse na ganon. So you have no choice but to still show up in your best version. And this is where I realized that, it takes a lot of discipline and skill to actually be professional right in the middle of a big fiasco or a big problem. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you a lot of tips on how you could do that later. I'm also in sales management. I mean, from the time I graduated from the Ateneo, I was in sales already, in hotel sales. And of course, until now, as a trainer, as a consultant, I am still selling my services, my company's services. So you could just imagine the competition out there, right? So if you are in sales, whether you're in insurance, real estate, or any form of sales career that you're in, guys, before your clients buy your product, they're going to buy you first. Okay, so it is so important to project your best self because there's so many options out there. Okay, your products are great, I'm sure. But the question is, are you representing your product in the best way that you can? Okay, what else? Okay, hold on, because we're getting a lot of people coming in and they're popping on my screen. So let me just do that. Okay, so yeah, and then also, of course, I'm into personal development coaching for those people who have completely lost track of their life, who have lost track of their direction, or who have completely lost their confidence because of some major issue in life. Ayan ako, pumapasok ako dyan. I love helping people overcome their limiting beliefs. I love helping people value themselves more. Yun yung ginagawa ko. Yun yung everyday reason ko bakit ako gumigising sa umaga. Because I know somebody out there is waiting to be motivated and to be enlightened and to be empowered. Okay, so if you're one person who's like, parang walang nangyayari sa buhay ko parang wala namang asenso dito sa trabaho, hindi naman ako napapansin ng boss ko or ng mga colleagues ko, well, you know what? We're gonna talk about that later, okay? Also, I also, in my business right now, my consulting business, I manage multicultural teams. So my company is a 100% Filipino-owned company. I'm proud to be a Filipino, and I'm also proud to say that we have provided jobs to people all over the world, iba't ibang lahi, hindi lang Filipino. Okay, and also lastly, I also do a lot of consulting work with different luxury fashion brands. I mean, I'm sure you ladies out there love carrying these nice bags and wearing those nice shoes. And I have been blessed to be chosen as their consultant. Iba-ibang brands ito, like, I wouldn't want to name names, but they're the brands that you would probably see in posh malls or in posh boutiques and everywhere in the world. So why am I sharing this with you guys? Because I am so passionate about sharing with you what it takes to develop that professional presence. Now, whether your work is in manufacturing, even if you're working in a factory or in a small business, or maybe you're in school, I don't know. Importante kasi na kahit na nasaan ka, for me, I would say 80% of your success is in showing up with the best version of yourself. And when I say that, I'm just not talking about the outer version, but also the inner part of you. Kailangan you have the right heart set, when you go out there, when you're about to meet with a client or you're gonna meet with your boss. Ano ba yung feeling mo? Ano ba yung trato mo sa sarili mo at ano yung trato mo sa kanila? So professional presence, as we would define it, is the ability to exude a sense of gravitas. That sense of confidence, yung decisiveness, yung mabilis ka magdesisyon, yung hindi ka tumitingin sa taas pag nag-iisip ka. By the way, just as a tip, pag nag-iisip ka at hindi mo alam yung sagot, huwag kang titingin sa taas. Okay? Titingin ka sa baba. Can you try that now? Kunwari, may tinanong sa'yo at hindi mo alam. Kasi di ba, kunwari, Miss Kate, tanungin mo ako halimbawa, Tinette, what's your plan 5 years from now? Kunwari, ma'am, tanungin mo akong ganon.
Okay, Coach Tinette, what's your plan 5 years from now?
Diba? Pag tumitingin ka sa taas, you look clueless. But if you get asked something at hindi mo alam, you just go down. And you know why? You know the psychology behind that? Is because you are seeking the answer from within instead of from without. Sa labas. So when pag gusto mong magmukhang, mukhang nag-iisip to ng malalim, you go downward. Diba? One tip yan ha, guys. All right? So again, that's also how you show that you are dignified and poised. Okay? So hindi lang ito puro makeup or anything like that. We're going to talk a little bit about that later, but it is so important that when somebody asks you a question, you don't show them that you're completely clueless. It's okay to say you don't know, or you'll have to think about it, but it's how you say it that actually gives you that professionalism. All right, are we good with that? Do I get a thumbs up for that? Is that a helpful hack, guys? Ayan, baka naman lahat kayo tumingin na kayo pababa, hindi na kayo tumingin sa taas. Okay, all right, so let's talk about professional presence. In layman's terms, guys, it's just all about having confidence. And there is a huge difference between confidence and arrogance. Minsan nakakalimutan natin yon. Ay, pag confident, parang yata yung mayabang masyado. And you know how it is sometimes when we Filipinos have this tendency to practice a false humility. Like when people compliment you. Let's just say somebody says, wow, ang ganda ng presentation mo kanina. What is the usual reply? Mostly, people would say, hindi naman, chamba lang. Right? And that is not really a very nice gesture because the other person is actually complimenting you. So the best thing to say is, oh, that's so nice of you to say. Thank you. And of course, you can give credit to somebody else. You can say something like, well, my boss really took time to mentor me. And so I was really happy with the presentation myself. I mean, doesn't that sound so much better than, di naman, ikaw naman, binubola mo ako. Baka may kailangan ka. Diba? So again, guys, when somebody actually compliments you, just say thank you. All right? Without having to be arrogant about it. Yung pagka sinabi mo naman, of course, magaling ako. Diba? Medyo iba naman yata yung dating nun. Okay? Also, professional presence is about respecting yourself and respecting other people. I cannot emphasize enough the value or the importance of respecting yourself. And that all starts with how you dress up, what kind of outfit you're going to wear when you're going to the office. I understand that a lot of us here wear our company uniforms, and how we carry that uniform says a lot about how you see yourself. So kung uniform mo gusot-gusot, yung uniform mo kupas-kupas na, yung uniform mo sobrang sikip na, pumuputok na, guys, this is not the proper way to represent your company. Okay. For those of us here who don't have uniforms, of course, it also shows how you present yourself, what kind of outfit you wear. Are you wearing a micro mini skirt when you're going to meet with your boss? It is not very respectful to do that, right? Or you're meeting with a client. Just recently, I did a talk in Cebu, and I was just blown away by one lady who was sitting there with so much skin showing. And I'm like, she's attending a conference in front of other, participants, and she really didn't have any care whatsoever with what she's wearing. She just thought that, oh, I look attractive and I look sexy in my outfit, so no care in the world, really. It was a professional event. And I'm going to give you some tips later on what's acceptable and what's not acceptable when it comes to wearing something in a professional setup. Okay. Also, with the way you respect other people. Just one tip really is to, when you listen to a person or when you talk to a person, try to be there 100%. Like, don't check your phone, don't look somewhere else when somebody's talking to you. The tone of her voice, which I'll cover in a bit. Okay. Also, professional presence is working calmly in high stress situations. Alam ko mahirap gawin ito because madalas tayong mataranta, madalas tayong mag-panic, madalas tayong mairita, madalas tayong mag-complain, and that's okay. Those are all feelings. Pero it's really how we handle those emotions that will spell the difference between being professional and being unprofessional. Let's just say one of your coworkers is really annoying you. Makulit siya. Palagi siyang, maingay sa office. Like, probably if you're going to, work with her or him in that same level of being disrespectful, well, wala mangyayari, hindi ba? But if you just stay calm and carry on with your work, then that shows a lot of professionalism as well. Okay. And lastly, of course, professional presence is about being an inspiration to others and being able to empower others instead of us pulling them down. Sometimes, especially in the corporate world, ladies and gentlemen, it can get really, really tempting to pull other people down, especially if it's something to do with a promotion or, there's a gossip going on, and here you are trying to engage in that kind of conversation. So medyo mag-iingat tayo sa mga ganon, because that is one big example of lack of professionalism. Okay, are we good with this, guys? Are we clear with what professional presence is? Do I get a heart react? Can you give me all a heart react? I want to see some love and get some love from all these wonderful people here with me from all over the Philippines. All right, thank you. Ayan, just don't forget to give love. It's always nice to give love, because when you give love, all the energy that comes out of you, ang positive, diba? Okay. All right. Okay, professional image is all about KSA. All right, let's make this really easy for you guys. When you're doing your work, you're conducting your business, or when you're in school, it's very, very important that we are an expert in what we do. If you're a janitor, come on, guys, do it well, clean well. If you're a singer, sing well. If you're a customer service frontliner, serve your customers well. If you're in sales, shoot to be the best salesperson and bring in the bacon, bring home the bacon. Hindi ba? If you're a host, if you're a TV host, then make sure that you are very, very effective in communicating the message. So whatever it is that you're doing, the K is so important. You got to know what you're doing. Okay, so if you are working for an insurance company, you got to know everything about insurance. If you're working for a car company, you got to know everything about the automotive industry. If you're working for the fashion industry or food industry, there is no excuse for us not to understand what that industry is all about. Especially your company, your own company. You got to know your menus. If you're working in a restaurant, you got to know your menus. If you're working for a law firm, you got to know all the services. You got to know the legal terms. That's knowledge for you. And when you have knowledge, people could sense that if you are just playing with their minds or if you're actually providing them with substantial information. Kaya napakahalaga, ladies and gentlemen, that you invest in yourself. And, I congratulate you for being here, for being in this webinar, because I know that the things that we will be talking about are usually based on common sense and, real life facts. But what's hard is when we put them into application. When, how do you convert knowledge into skills? And, again, when you enhance your image, it's not just all about wearing the most expensive clothes or putting a nice makeup on. No, it's all about your internal mechanism, what's happening in your head. So skills-wise, are you good in what you do? Yun yung tanong. Parang swimming lang yan eh. Nagbasa ka ng libro about swimming, then of course, you know about swimming. But until you dive into that pool and start practicing, you'll never develop the skills. So when you're in the office, guys, at your spare time, if you're not busy, try to enhance the skills. If you're a telephone operator, answer that phone with the best communication skills, with the best tone, with the best energy. Gawin mo lang yun araw-araw and it becomes a habit after about 3 weeks. Natural na yan sa'yo. And lastly, of course, is attitude. Yan naman, alam na natin yan eh. Ano ba ang ating mental map? Ano ba ang tumatakbo sa utak natin? Ano ba ang tingin natin sa mundo? Ang tingin mo ba sa trabaho mo? Is it a burden or a blessing? I hope you see it as a blessing. Because if you see your work as a blessing, it again reflects the way you carry yourself. It reflects the way you communicate with people. You know how it is sometimes when you're not happy with your job and all you do is to complain and rant about your boss, about your job, and about your coworkers. Pag may lumapit sa'yo sa opisina, tignan mo, nakakunot yung noo mo. Tignan mo nga yung sarili mo ngayon sa salamin at sa cellphone mo. Tignan mo nga kung nakakunot yung noo mo. Kasi kung nakakunot, medyo kailangan mong gawing habit na i-relax yung forehead mo. Because that does not add to the package that we want for an enhanced image in the professional arena. Okay? All right. So KSA, don't forget, we got to invest in that. All right? Okay, so let's just get down to business. I actually just prepared 3 points that I'd like to highlight in this webinar. There is so much stuff that I'd like to share with you, but we do not have enough time. Okay? So ang gagawin ko ngayon, isa-summarize ko lang sa 3 points. And more than these 3 points, I am sure you have other stuff that you can share with us later on. But to start with, I would say that becoming self-aware is the first step in enhancing our professional image. Now, unfortunately, that sounds easier said than done, no? But to be honest, a lot of us actually do not know who we are. We do not know how we fare in terms of image, diba? Hindi natin alam na ito pala yung strength ko or yung weakness ko. Okay? So, bakit ko sinasabing dapat maging self-aware? And I'm sure you guys have heard of the law of attraction. And I'm going to play a short video right now. Hopefully, your audio is clear enough so that you would grasp what the gentleman is saying in this video. And after that, we're going to try to put some application into that video para naman this webinar will be more than substantial and helpful to you. Okay, so at this point, let me play the video on law of attraction. Okay.
Everything in the universe is energy, including you. Basically put, the law of attraction states that like attracts like. And the exact circumstances of your life are entirely dependent on your own ability to think and feel in alignment of what you truly want. And when you don't manage that busy little mind of yours, if you're unconscious of the kinds of feelings you're experiencing, you are creating the life you're living by default, not by design. The trick is not to just think positively, but it is to become the person who is the embodiment of the circumstances you wish to experience in your life. That means not only thinking your way to success, but becoming one of success. Becoming one who manages their time, their finances, their relationships. Becoming kind-hearted to experience more kind-heartedness in your reality. Have you ever noticed how the happiest people in this world aren't the ones complaining about how bad the world is all the time? Have you noticed how the most universally loved people in your social group are also the ones who avoid gossiping and bad-mouthing other people? Have you noticed how the most financially independent individuals are also the ones who aren't wasting time whining about how bad the economy is? Let me tell you something about your reality. You cannot attract the experiences you're seeking in life while focusing on the opposite of those experiences. To truly understand the law of attraction, you need to get in the habit of looking at your life as you would a mirror. You need to begin looking at your life as a reflection, and the exact circumstances of your reflection or your outer world are a result of what is happening internal inside of you. I want you to imagine that you're out for dinner. Someone tells you there's a smudge on your face, so you go to the bathroom to wipe it off. Let me ask you something. Do you go to the mirror and start wiping it in order to attempt to wipe the smudge off your face? No, you wipe the smudge off your own face in order to see the change in the reflection. Likewise, if you want to begin to harness the power of the law of attraction, you must be willing to change your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and way of being in order to see the results in your physical reality. You have to become the kind of person who is receptive of the experiences you wish to attract, so you need to get clear. Once you get clear on your ideal life, you must begin to focus on it. You have to begin to align your belief system to match the reality you wish to create. It does no good focusing on $1 million lifestyle if you don't believe you can accomplish it. And once you truly believe, you must begin to act. I have never seen a marathon runner sit at the starting line and think about winning the race and actually do so. At some point, you must begin to run if you have any hopes of winning the race. Align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, immerse yourself in them unconditionally, and your outer reality will have no choice but to reflect your positive changes back onto you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So that law of attraction video just validates the fact that you are in control of your life. One of the things that that guy mentioned was you live your life by design and not by default. That hit me hard because usually we have the tendency to say, oh, ito na kasi yung kultura sa kumpanya namin eh, lahat unprofessional. Or lahat ng tao dito, they don't respect each other. So ganun na lang din ako. But in reality, when you think about it, you really do have the power to influence the people around you without appearing arrogant about it. You know, just conduct yourself properly, you know, just be respectful, just follow the company policies and procedures. And that alone is already a personal branding on your end. That's already your branding. That's already your image. So again, hindi lang natin guys pinag-uusapan dito yung itsura, okay? I mean, yes, that's important, but what's important is this. I've summarized 3 things dito sa screen. No? If you're going to take a look at it, and you don't have to answer this right now. Maybe you can do this in your, own, private time. I do this every day, actually. Tinitignan ko, ano nga ba talaga yung pangarap ko sa buhay? Other people actually even create vision boards and all that, and that's fantastic. But what's really important is identify mo yung tatlong pinakamalalim at pinakamalaking pangarap mo sa buhay. And to help you determine what kind of dreams to focus on, maybe something to do with your health, probably your relationships that you've been wanting to repair over the years, and of course, finances. Sulat mo, pinakamahalaga yan eh. Because, you know, a person who comes to work or shows up at work with a sense of purpose, with a big dream, actually carries himself or herself differently from somebody who's just there for the routine. Diba? Minsan may mga taong papasok sa trabaho, kasi kailangan eh. O bakit mo kailangan? Kasi mamememohan ako if I do not show up. Can you imagine if that is the only reason why you're showing up at work? Or baka masisante ako nakakahiya naman. Or matatanggalan ako ng trabaho. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we can go deeper than that. We can do better than that. I mean, gusto mo bang mag-MBA after? Gusto mo bang mag-lose ng weight and become healthier? Do you want to get rid of your diabetes? You know, make a goal. Write that dream. Ayaw mo na bang mag-maintenance meds? Kung ayaw mo na mag-maintenance meds, then list down the things that you are going to do to get there. Diba? You can't just wish for it. You gotta dream it and live it. So, yun yung parang, I think, naglalak sa maraming tao. Kaya hindi ganun ka-confident sa buhay. So the confidence actually shouldn't come from, oh, yung diploma ko ganito, oh, you know, mayaman ang pamilya ko, oh, maganda ako. It shouldn't be that. Yes, those things help, but if you really dig deeper into yourself, kahit anak mahirap ka, kahit lumaki ka sa napaka-dysfunctional family, that's not gonna define you, guys. You can be so much better than the people around you, okay? And you're not in competition with them, don't get me wrong. You're here to make something out of yourself para yung image mo sa lahat ng mga interactions mo, nakakahawa, di ba? Yung positivity, yung pagiging strong, yung pagiging confident, yung pagiging genuine. You know, pagka kasi ako ito lang i-share ko sa inyo guys. I'm sorry if I'm tackling this this way, but I'm quite a big fan of people who have solid dreams and that they're really pursuing them. Kasi, and it doesn't matter what it is. Okay? Hindi ito dapat yung dream na, you know, gusto ko lang maging sikat. Period. Or gusto ko lang yumaman. Okay, but what's mayaman? Well, what are you gonna do with your yaman, right? So, once you have that solid in your life, every morning, I mean, nobody can crush you, really. Walang makakabagsak sa'yo, walang makakahila sa'yo, because you have a purpose every day. And that's the image, that's professionalism. When you show up at work, your purpose is to help the company achieve their goals, their objectives. Diba? So, kung ganun ang thinking natin, iba yung level of commitment, dedication, and passion sa trabaho. Agree ba kayo doon? Bigyan nyo nga ako ng thumbs up kung malinaw sa'yo yung pangarap mo at yung strength mo as a person at malinaw din sa'yo kung ano yung weaknesses mo, then wala ka ng oras mag-chismis sa ibang tao. Diba? I mean, seriously, guys, if you are so busy working internally, you really have no time and energy to pick on other people's lives. And this is what really amazes me when I do my consulting work and my training sessions for companies. When I do the workshops, ang laging lumalabas, Miss Tinette, ang problema dito sa opisina namin, maraming marites, maraming chismosa, maraming inggitera, at maraming inggitera, chismosa, yun na yun. Tignan mo nga yung katabi mo kung nasa office ka, mukha bang chismosa? Tignan mo nga, tingin ka sa kaliwa at sa kanan, mukha bang chismosa? Naku, pag mag-chismosa yan, huwag kang makikipag-engage sa chismosa. Okay? Because believe me, ang habits nade-develop in 21 days. So kung nag-chismis ka ngayon, bukas nag-chismis ka ulit, on Thursday nag-chismis ka ulit, after 3 weeks, guys, ikaw ay isang ganap na, i-type nyo nga sa chat box, ganap na. Go, type, come on. After 21 days, natatawa kayo kasi ayun, ang gagaling ng mga sagot niyo. Ikaw ay isang ganap na marites, marisol, lahat na ng toxic, yes, chismosa. Correct ka dyan, mga kapatid. Diba? Nakakatakot. Diyos mio. Imagine, sasabihin, oh, by the way, I'd like you to meet Tinette Cortes, our accredited chismosa in the company. Ang sakit sa bangs, di ba? So, guys, be very busy assessing yourself, becoming aware of yourself, communicating with yourself through meditation, through prayer, journaling. And you'll realize that, oh, I don't really have the interest to, pick on somebody at work. I'm just gonna focus on working with these people para makatulong kami sa kumpanya. I mean, that's the image that you want. Diba? And by the way, tip lang sa mga marites, pag nagmarites ka, nagchismis ka sa isang tao, yung taong pinagchismisan mo, ang iniisip, wow, chismosa ito pwedeng i-chismis din ako nito. Okay? So you have to be really, really careful what you do. Okay? All right. So again, I hope you took a picture of these 3 questions or these 3 items on the screen and do yourself a favor every single day. Ano bang pangarap ko? Gusto ko ba mapabahayan ng pamilya ko? I'm so tired of renting. And that again is your image. You're ambitious, you're hardworking and all that. Okay, are we good with that? Do I get a thumbs up? Are we clear with that, guys? Yeah, right. Okay, let's move on. For those of you who took psychology subjects, this would be very familiar to you because it's a self-awareness tool that will help you understand yourself better. Okay, this is called the Johari window. Ang sinasabi lang naman ng Johari window is that there are 4 aspects of yourself. One is the open self, which is ito yung alam mo at alam ng ibang tao. So kung ikaw ay komedyante sa trabaho, ikaw ay madaldal, masayahin, jolly, well, that's your open self because that's what you also show to other people. Now, there are aspects of yourself or things about yourself that you probably don't know about, but people clearly see. Okay? Nakikita nila na, si Tinette, parang ang taray-taray. Ganyan ako pwedeng nakikita ng mga co-workers ko. Pero hindi ko alam na mataray ako. Ako mataray? Of course not. Ikaw naman, yung mga office mates mo, hindi, nakakatakot ka nga ang taray-taray mo. Kunwari ganon. Well then, that's probably your blind self. And I encourage you to constantly consult people you trust. Ano ba talaga yung mga blind spots mo? Diba? Kasi baka nakaka-prevent yon sa pag-advance mo sa career mo. No? You're probably very disorganized in the eyes of the company. Diba? Disorganized sa gamit and disorganized mag-isip. But you probably don't know that. You're probably gonna say, oh, I'm just creative. O, diba? Minsan ganun creative ka nga, magulo naman. But that's not an advertising agency. That's a bank that you're working for. So again, depende sa industriya na kung nasaan ka. Kung ikaw ay nasa ad agency or nasa entertainment industry, being creative and disorganized is good sometimes because then nagfo-flow yung ideas. But if you're in a bank or in a manufacturing company, my goodness, if you're in operations, teka muna, hindi po pwedeng makalat tayo o magulo o too creative that we're derailing from the process, di ba? So ask yourself again, saan ba ako kailangan mag-improve? You can ask people you trust. And then there's another aspect of yourself, which is called the hidden self. Hidden is, alam mo tungkol sa sarili mo, pero hindi alam ng ibang tao. Okay? I don't know, maybe you're suffering from some mental illness, depression or anxiety or bipolar. I don't know. But you don't wanna tell anybody. Hence, na-misinterpret ka tuloy nila na ini-alienate mo yung sarili mo or you're always absent and all that, but they don't know what you're going through. The last part of, or the other part of ourselves is what we call the unknown, which is hindi mo alam, hindi rin alam ng iba. Now, believe me, guys, this part of yourself is so exciting. Exciting yan because that's also your potential. Hindi mo alam. I'll give you a classic example. You know, when I was in the hotel, ang trabaho ko was sales. Apparently, meron kaming event sa hotel na nawalan ng walang host, walang MC. And so my boss said, Tinette, would you like to be the MC? I'm like, no, sir, no. Mahihain ako, may stage fright ako. No. This is gonna be, it's gonna be easy. You'll have a script. And I'm like, bakit ako? And he said, well, because your colleagues don't want. So ako naman, okay, all right, take on the challenge. Okay. And you know what, guys? From then, I never looked back. That's when I started doing public speaking stints. I became a public speaker because I gained the confidence. People appreciated my performance, my hosting thing that evening. When I left the hotel industry, I got into training and the rest is history. So wag kayong tatanggi sa mga opportunities in the company na chine-challenge kayo. This Christmas party, I'm sure sa Christmas party nyo, maraming mga event, mga parties, right? Mga performances. Go lang kayo. Malay nyo, madiscover kayo, uy, ang galing palang kumanta ni ganito. Oh. Somebody might say, oh, bakit hindi ka mag-voice lessons para mahasa? Just take it all in. Just open yourself. Because again, your image now starts to evolve, Hindi ka na yung old self mo. Nag-e-evolve ka for the better. Okay? Okay. Clear ba tayo sa Johari window? I hope you can use this tool to help you become more self-aware. Because guys, self-awareness is really and truly the most important step before we talk about the next topic, which is number 2, dress for success. Ayan. Dito na pumapasok yung medyo sobrang obvious sa atin, di ba? If you would notice, this lady and gentleman present themselves so professionally at work. Whereas this lady in front, I don't know kung ano pinagdadaanan niya, kung siya ba ay may dysmenorrhea, kung siya ba ay binrake ng boyfriend niya, or siya ba ay chinichismis ng iba. I don't know what she's going through, but definitely that is not the kind of image that you'd want to have pag nasa trabaho ka. Even if you're already under stress, it is so important for you to still be aware, okay, am I looking harassed already? Kailangan mo na ba magpunta sa ladies room or sa men's room para mag-freshen up? Okay, am I smelling, kind of maaraw na or pawis na? Okay, I need to freshen up and spray on some cologne. I mean, really, you just have to be so aware of the way you are dressing up at work. Again, kung ikaw ay naka-uniform, keep your uniform na napakalinis, mabango, amoy fabric conditioner or fabric softener para pag dumaan ka, wow, 'di ba? Hindi yung amoy aparador na kulob. 'Di ba, guys? Nakakaloka naman 'yon. So, let's just make sure that we, spray on our best cologne and, also yung quality. Nandoon ako palagi sa quality. Pag natatastas na, nasisira na, guys, come on, have it repaired or have it fixed or have it replaced. Okay, kung uniform man yan. All right, what is the importance of image enhancement? Okay, I'm going to go through this real quick. Number 1, you represent the organization. The moment you wear your ID, the moment you wear your uniform, you're no longer Tinette Cortes. You're already, let's say, ARIVA. Like right now, if I wore my my pajamas and I didn't put makeup on and I probably didn't take a bath, I mean, what would you think of ARIVA, really, right? So I have to make sure that I help ARIVA maintain or even better their image pa. Mas maganda nga kung nakakadagdag pa tayo, nakaka-add value pa tayo, right? Okay. Also, when you enhance your image, when you show up in your best version, talaga namang ire-respeto ka ng tao. Mahirap sigaw-sigawan ng isang maayos magdamit, di ba? Again, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you have to wear super expensive stuff. I'm not saying that. But at least wear your clothes in a decent manner, in a dignified manner. You know, if nakatuck in yung blouse mo, just make sure naman na maayos ang pagka-tuck in, hindi gusot-gusot yung damit mo and all. And lastly, it boosts your confidence and self-development. Okay? These are the 3 major importance of image enhancement. It's not about kakikayan, it's not about kaartehan, it's about respect. Respect for yourself, respect for other people, for your colleagues, respect for the organization, and respect for your clients. It is so important, guys. Believe me. Even when you anybody in sales here, can I get a thumbs up? I just want to see who are in sales here. Can you give me a thumbs up in the chat box? Okay. All right. Okay, in sales. Okay. What about, again, another thumbs up. What about those who are frontliners? You know, whether you're a receptionist or, you're facing clients. Because guys, it is so important for you to be mindful also of the things that you carry with you. Okay, let's say, for example, your cell phone. Let's say you're going to meet with a client and you have your cell phone with you. Please naman, guys, wag naman kero yung case mo, or Hello Kitty. You know, you are selling, for example, real estate, right? You're selling a multi-million peso property, and here you are, wait ma'am, so let me check. Pag tingin mong ganun, may mga frogs dyan, or kung ano-ano mga design, o mga stickers ng kung ano-ano. Diba? So, let's keep our phone professional looking as well, because people look at that. Ito na naman, magpipirmahan na kayo ng kontrata. Ito talaga nakakaloka ito, because I train salespeople a lot, right? And minsan, pag lalabas na ng kontrata, kausap nila, high-profile client. Magkano binibenta? 50 million na kondo. Okay. Magpipirmahan na, sabihin ng client, oh, I forgot my pen. Do you have a pen? Bibigay na pen, may mga tape na naka ano dun sa ballpen, may kagat-kagat. Hindi ko alam kung anong brand yun, kung saang sari-sari store binili yung ballpen. 50 million peso condo, guys. Baka naman po pwedeng maganda-gandang ballpen ang bitbitin natin, hindi ba? Yung bag mo, hindi naman kinakailangan na Hermes, right? Or whatever expensive bag there is. No. It can be a generic bag, but free, sorry about that. Free from, I would say, free from, mga tastas or biak-biak na leather. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so guys, again, you go to work, even if you're an office staff, naka-base ka lang sa opisina, hindi ka lumalabas, your boss can still see you. Your colleagues can still see you. Okay, so again, your things should be maayos. Your makeup, guys, pupunta ka sa restroom, mag-makeup ka, pagbukas mo, yung pulbo mo, ano-ano na, watak-watak na. So again, look back, make an inventory of yourself, of what you have in your life, okay? Your nails, for example, your grooming, oh my goodness, ladies, pag nagpa-French tips kayo, please, yung tamang French tips, hindi yung itim nang dahil sa naalikabukan na sa labas, okay? Just make sure that your nails are so clean, your ears, you smell nice, yung mukha mo, hindi nagmamantika, na pwede nang prituhan ng itlog, oh my goodness. Okay? So yun lang, hindi ko naman sinasabing dapat nakakapal na makeup kayo everyday, but just make sure, okay, hold on, apologies for that, I'm getting a call, but I've just dropped that, sorry about that. Okay, so again, what am I saying here? Please make sure that you make an inventory of yourself, okay? I'm going to give you about a minute, if that's okay, to write down the things based on what we have discussed so far. Just 1 minute to write down a few things about yourself that you'd like to change from this moment on. Okay, I'm going to be here with you, but please do that. Okay, can you please list down maybe 3 to 5 things that you'd like to change? Sige. So I hope somehow, hindi man marami yung na-list ninyo, it's a good start. Okay, so what I'm trying to do right now is to walk you through how you can actually personally enhance your image. All right, I give you the concepts and then immediately list down, okay, what can I change right now? What should I do to improve? What are the KSAs that I need to apply? Okay, all right. Let me just give you, before we go on a break and pass you on to Miss Kate, let me just go through a few important reminders, guys. When you wear something at work or in a meeting or in a business function, please wear clothes that fit. Okay? Hindi yung nagpuputok mukha na tayong suman, pinagpipilitan natin, kasi si Marian Rivera ganyan ang damit, so feeling natin bagay na rin sa atin. No. It doesn't mean that if it looks nice on a celebrity that it will look nice on you. So find your own identity, know yourself, appreciate who you are, and then wear something that's comfortable for you and it looks respectful and dignified. Diba? Kung sasabihin mo, kasi yung mga kasamahan ko, ang gaganda ng mga suot. Well, sila yun. Huwag mong ipagpipilitan yung isang bagay na hindi naman talaga ikaw just because you saw it in the rack or in a boutique. Bibilhin mo na kasi, wow, ang ganda ng kulay nito. Hindi naman bagay sa skin tone mo. Okay? So again, just be yourself, really. Personally, ako, what works for me, if I may just share, no, especially at work, when I'm attending meetings or I have to do presentations face to face, I just love wearing black. And for some reason, black never goes out of style. I mean, this dress on your left, for example, for the ladies, no? Of course, hindi naman ako ganyan ka curvaceous, no? But there are designs of dresses that are just timeless. Hindi talaga siya nababadoy. Ang black, ha? For me, I'm not saying that you should wear black because some people don't like wearing black. Okay, but for me, I just feel comfortable wearing it. And then what I do is I just change, let's say, my belt. Let's say even that same dress, for example, this lady, no? Palitan mo lang ng belt yung damit niya, mag-iiba na yung look eh. Let's say you put on a nice and the classy red belt there. Iba na yung look niya. Maglagay ka lang ng necklace na simple, maganda na ang look niya. Maglagay ka ng konting bangles dito, iba na ang look niya. 'Di ba? Maglagay ka ng scarf dito, iba na ang look niya. So ladies, kung gusto niyo makatipid, invest in those nice, classy black dresses because magpalit ka lang ng bag, mag-iiba na yung look mo. Okay? Mag-change ka lang ng hairstyle, mag-ponytail ka or mag-bun ka, iba na ang look mo. And ang importante lang talaga pag black dress, you really have to choose the nice fabric. Hindi yung, may mga black kasi, or may mga clothes kasi na talagang prone sa gusot or prone sa himulmol. Just be picky when it comes to that. Okay? Alright, ganun din sa gentleman, no? Makikita mo itong ating model dito. Napakaganda ng fit ng kanyang suot. Alright, now, how do you achieve that kind of look? All right, I'm going to give you just a couple of tips. You know, yes, I agree, no? Just be simple. You don't have to be too flamboyant because you're at work. And I'm speaking to those who do not have uniforms at work. The classier, well, the simpler, the classier. Less is more, really. When I say less, hindi ibig sabihin na maiksi, but, you know, wala masyadong mga fluff. Diba? Mas classy siya tignan. Okay. Now, for the gentleman, just a couple of tips when you're wearing your neckties, all right, when you're wearing your tie, please make sure naman na tama yung pagkakalagay natin. Now, how to do that, I don't have the time to explain the looping and all that. But just to show you, this is a big no. Okay, yung maiksi or yung sobrang haba yung necktie. So hanggang saan ba dapat? The tip of your tie, if you could see it here, should just be touching the buckle of your belt. Okay? Yan ang tamang length. The tip of your necktie is touching the top part of your belt buckle. So, para lang malaman mo, ngayon, I'm sorry naman, kung high waist ka, paano kung nandito yung belt mo? Ayusin naman natin yung belt natin. Natatawa kayo, no? Kasi totoo, guys. Alam niyo yun, yung belt, ilagay niyo naman sa tamang level sa may navel natin. Okay? Huwag kayong hip-hop sa trabaho na nasa hips niyo na. Or huwag naman kayong masyadong nandito sa taas. Okay? So, just make sure it's just by your navel. no? Sa ating mga puso, dyan yung buckle, and the necktie flows through that length, okay? All right. Now, wearing your belts. Ako napaka-particular ko sa ganito. Pagka kayo nag-belt, ladies and gentlemen, ito ha, hindi lang pang lalaki ito. Yung buckle ng belt mo dapat aligned doon sa buttons ng blouse or ng polo mo. Okay? Aba, ang dami nang sumilip sa mga belt nila, oh. Lahat nagtingin na, no? Right? Dapat pantay. Or kung hindi ka man nakatuck in, let's say naka-belt ka lang, right? Dapat tapat siya, yung belt mo tapat dun sa button ng trousers mo or ng jeans mo, kunwari, naka-casual lang naman kayo sa office, nakatapat doon, hindi nasa side. O, di ba? Yun. Because it creates the illusion of being long and, straight, ganun. Tignan niyo naman yung dating nito compared to that. Di ba? Gusot pa yung pagkatakyan. And by the way, guys, nobody, natatawa ako dito kay Dan Veer. Ayan, sabi niya, napaisip lang nga, totoo. Di ba, Dan? Kailangan talaga, nagiging conscious tayo sa ganon. Also, by the way, guys, another tip ha, kung anong kulay ng belt mo, yun ang kulay ng sapatos mo. Alright? I really get blown away by people who wear brown belts and black shoes. Di ba? Kung anong kulay ng sinturon mo, kung ano yung shade ng tan or ng brown yung belt mo, ganun din ang sapatos mo. Okay, now again, I'm talking about professional image. Now, if you're going to a party and you wanna, you want to look kind of out of this world, then that's okay. Bahala ka. Pero pag nasa office ka, abay, pag black ang belt, black ang shoes. Brown ang belt, brown yung shoes. O sasabihin mo, paano ma'am kung yung naka-sneakers ako? O, let's say white yung sneakers ko. Kailangan ba white belt? Hindi naman ganun. I'm not saying that. Pag sneakers, okay lang. We're a little bit more flexible because we do not consider that as a professional image. I'm talking about corporate look. Okay? Are we good with that? Paki-thumbs up nga ako kung yung katabi mo sa opisina ngayon, hindi pantay yung belt. Sige nga, thumbs up mo nga ako. Thumbs up! Oh my God! Nakakaloka kayo, ha? O yan, yung katabi niyo, sabihin mo, oy, pare, ayusin mo nga yung belt mo. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you. All right, so we're good with the belt. Now, again, Miss Kay, just give me mabilis na lang ito. One more, and then we're gonna pass it on to Miss Kay, all right? Kasi meron pa akong mga topics dito sa skirts, sa Dress for Success. Yung sa skirts naman, ladies, di ba, I was mentioning about a plain black dress because it can really help you save a lot of money, first and foremost. And also, it just looks really classy, okay? Pag dito sa tatlong lengths ng skirt, can you type in, this is lady number 1, 2, and 3. Can you type in sa chat box kung ano sa tingin nyo ang appropriate sa professional setting? Yung appropriate length ng skirt. Everybody go. Come on. 1, 2, or 3? Okay. Karamihan ang nagsasabi 2 and 3. Pero mas marami nagsasabi ng 3. Okay. All right. Okay. Again, I will only speak for the proper length. Okay, I'm not saying that these other two are not nice, but this is the proper length, number 3. It has to be below the knee, or at least it doesn't show the knee. So just right below. If you think that's too long for you, basta hindi nakikita yung buong tuhod mo, that is the proper length for a skirt. Okay, especially if it's yung hindi siya fit na fit, right? Now, of course, you don't want naman to wear a bandaged dress sa opisina. Hindi ba? You'd like for it to give you a little bit of, flexibility to move. So, ang tama dyan talaga, guys, is number 3. Natutuwa lang ako sa mga gentlemen kasi 1 talaga ang gusto nila. That's okay. I mean, these 2 dresses are lovely, but they're better off worn in a casual setup, or if they're going to a party or going to a nice dinner, sure, by all means, these 2 dresses look really nice. Okay? Okay, there's a nice comment here from Manuel. Minsan, ang pag below the knee, nasasabihan na parang manang. Well, Manuel, it really depends on how you carry yourself. Again, if you exude professionalism, if you wear it with the right shoes, oo, wag naman yung parang sobrang haba na mukha na talaga tayong, hindi na rin professional, tignan nyo. As I've mentioned, this lady kasi looks really slim, but for us, for the normal people who don't look like models, basta itong knee na ito, itong kneecap, hindi dapat siya nakikita. However, there was one lady in my training who said, but Miss Tinette, maliit kasi ako. So, nagmumukha akong maliit. Okay, I didn't say that it is bad to go to work with a skirt like that. I didn't say that. If you feel more comfortable, go by all means. But what's really ideal, that looks really professional, and, even when you climb up the stairs, wala kang problema. It's number 3. Okay? So again, it's up to you how you're going to take that all in, that information in. But in my case, I prefer that I see a lady dressed like that with a nice blazer and nice heels. Okay? Sige, itutuloy natin yung ating usapang dress for success after this break. So I'm gonna turn you over to Miss Kate. So far ba, guys, nag-enjoy kayo? Bigyan nyo nga ako ng heart react if you are enjoying this topic, because I'm sure you will be excited to go back to work tomorrow in your new image, diba? Okay, I'm gonna turn you over to Miss Kate. Thank you. I'll see you in a bit.
Thank you so much, Coach Tinette. Good morning again, everyone. So now we're going on a 10-minute break, and we are doing something exciting this morning because ARIVA Academy is in the mood to give away prizes for our participants. So we're going to play a game. So the game is called, let me just show it. It's called Guess the Movie. This is how the game goes. We will be showing you short clips or short trailers of a certain movie. What you have to do, you have to be the first one to type the complete and correct title of that movie here in the chat box. Again, I'll repeat, it should be the complete and correct title. And if you're the first one to do that, you will receive 200 pesos from ARIVA Academy. Ayan. 200 pesos will go direct to your GCash account, and we will have 2 winners for this game. So I hope you guys are excited, and malalaman natin sino dito ang movie buffs. Okay, so for you guys to get the feel of the game, let's do a trial run. Okay, sample pa lang to, but I want you to start guessing the title of this movie.
저기요, 이상한 사람이 하나 타고 있는 것 같은데.
팀장님, 여기 11호차 응급 환자 발생했습니다.
Okay, I am receiving a lot. Ang bilis ng galaw ng chat box. I'm trying. Nahabulin lahat kayo. But the answers that I got, merong nag-answer ng The Ring, Train to Busan. The rest said Train to Busan. Pero may iba, merong Trip to Busan. Okay? Meron ding iba-iba yung spelling. Let us reveal. What is the title of that movie? It is Train to Busan. So the first one to type it correctly, we have Julianne. Okay. So now you guys have an idea on how to play this game. Okay. Again, kailangan complete and correct. Even the spelling should be correct. Okay. So this next clip will give you 200 pesos if you are the first one to type it correctly. Let's watch it.
You're not in Kansas anymore. You're on Pandora.
You should see your faces.
We have an indigenous population called the Na'vi. They are very hard to kill.
This is why we're here. Because this little gray rock sells for 20 million a kilo. Their village happens to be resting on the richest deposit, and they need to relocate. Those savages are threatening our whole operation.
There you go. Wow. Ang bilis mag-type ng ating mga participant. The answers I'm seeing here in the chat box, everyone typed avatar. Meron bang iba ang na-type? Meron lang nag-iiba yung spelling. I think it's typo error. Nagdodoble yata dahil mabilis mag-type. Maraming napipindot sa keyboard. But the answers I got from all of you are avatar. Let us see. Did someone win this round? Let's see. Yes, it is Avatar. So we have our first winner. We have, let me check. Rosemary Grace Santos, congratulations. You will receive 200 pesos from ARIVA Academy. Rosemary, this is what you have to do. Please send your GCash account number to ARIVA Academy Philippines here in the chat box, okay? Send it to us privately and wait for your prize. And Rosemary, because you've won already, let's give chance to your other co-participants, okay? Hindi ka na pwedeng sumali sa game because may prize ka na. But congratulations again. Now to the rest of our participants, there's one more 200 pesos at stake. It might be for you. Let's watch the next clip.
Comical how you think that you've made a choice that exempts you from the fashion industry when in fact you're wearing a sweater that was selected for you by the people in this room.
There, that was a quick one and ang bilis pa rin talaga. Sabi ng ibang participant, sana daw pabagalan naman. Okay. Here, the answers I'm getting. Devil Wears Prada. The Devil Wears Prada. There's Cruella. Pero nagsagot ng Powerpuff Girls. Prada. What else? Devil in Prada. Devil Wear Prada. Okay, Princess Diaries. What else? Friends. Okay, so far those are the answers. But let's reveal what's the title of that movie. It is The Devil Wears Prada. Sabi ko kanina complete and correct. So dapat complete. The first one who was able to type it is, ang nakasulat dito sa chat box, yung name is Claims Department. You were the first one to type it, but please, can you rename your Zoom account to your full name? Kasi hindi namin pwedeng ilagay sa certificate yung claims department. Okay, it should be your full name. So please rename yourself. But congratulations to you because you will receive 200 pesos from ARIVA Academy. We'll be waiting for your GCash account number. Send it to ARIVA Academy Philippines here in the chat box. Again, a reminder, it should be sent privately to us. We want to protect your data. Okay, now I'll move on with my next announcements. Congratulations to all of our winners. Now stay on top of our insights and updates. Stay connected with us. Visit us on social media. You can join ARIVA Academy's Facebook group. You can like ARIVA Academy's Facebook page. Follow ARIVA Academy in LinkedIn. And also please visit our website, www.ariva.com.ph. And we are inviting you to be a part of the growing ARIVA Academy Viber community. Scan the QR code or just input the number that's flashing on your screen so that you can be part of the ARIVA Academy Viber community. And for those of you who have missed the free live webinars that we've had, especially for the past 2 years, you can all catch them in our YouTube channels. Subscribe to our channels, ARIVA Academy and ARIVA Talks. Now, I would like to invite you to some of our upcoming learning events. Here are some of them. Tomorrow, October 5, we have another free live webinar, and the topic tomorrow is developing your talent acquisition strategy, innovative talent acquisition strategies to retain top talent. Again, that will be for tomorrow already. The next one, sharpen your business writing skills on October 13. On October 19, we have our 7th Small Claims Court for Debt Collection and Dispute. On October 20, Strategy Management, develop strong leadership skills and business acumen. The 12th accounting for non-accountants will happen on October 21. And October 25, we have our psychological safety in the workplace. This is another free live webinar for all of you. Again, that will happen on October 25 already. On October 26, we have our effective workplace discipline, the management prerogative of line managers and supervisors. October 27, strategic thinking, analysis, and business sales execution. That's on October 27. And I'm inviting everyone to join us for the People in Labor Relations Forum 2022. The theme for this year is proactive labor and employee relations in a hybrid work environment. The season 1 will happen on October 28 and season 2 will be on October 29. So please join us, register as early as now. We've invited a lot of speakers for this forum. November 11, we have our 10th Essentials of Effective Logistic Operations and Warehouse Management. November 17, Production Planning, Managing Inventory and Stock Control Operations. And for those of you who are interested in inviting our speakers to conduct an in-house program for your team, ARIVA Academy can help you with that. Call us at the number flashed on your screen or send us an email. Let us know what program you have in mind. Here are some of the programs that we offer, but we have a lot more than that. So just give us a call or email us and we'll help you partner with the right speaker under ARIVA Academy Speakers Bureau for that. There you have it. Now I'll be giving the floor back to Coach Tinette. Hi, Coach.
Thank you. Thank
We're
you
ready
so
to
much.
listen to you again.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Kate. Wow, guys, if I were you, invest in yourself. Try to convince your your management to let you attend those training sessions that Miss Kate shared with you kasi marami talaga kayong matututunan, no? Congratulations again to ARIVA. Thank you, Miss Kate. So
You're
now
welcome.
let me share my slides again. And let's talk about the next topic. Oh my goodness. Kung kanina skirts at belts at neckties ang pinag-uusapan, guys, let's talk about shoes. You know, if I may just ask you, sometimes when you meet a person for the first time and you somehow want to judge this person for a few seconds, what's the first thing na tinitingnan natin? Can you type in the chat box? Usually, when you look at the person, diba, face, diba? Ano yung next? Diba? Tumitingin tayo sa baba, sa paa. Totoo yan. O yung iba koko, totoo naman. Koko sa kamay at sa paa. Joke. No, but yeah, it's true. People look down. And when people look down, that means they're already trying to size you up. And so it is so important, again, to wear proper sets or proper pairs of shoes. For the gentlemen, please make sure that they're proper, they're clean, no? Na shine natin. We want to make sure that we did our best na talagang kumikintab sa linis yung ating mga sapatos. Okay? Eto lang guys, request ko lang, wag naman tayong magwa-white socks pagka black ang shoes. Sabi nga nila, si Michael Jackson lang ang may karapatan magsuot ng white socks and black shoes, apart from schoolboys in elementary and high school, okay? When you're wearing black shoes, gentlemen, I hope you're listening. When you're wearing black shoes, please wear black socks. And as much as possible, I'm not even saying as much as possible because non-negotiable ito. Please, wag maiksi. If you are in the corporate setup, if you are wearing something professional, for work, alam niyo yung pag umupo kayo, subukan yung umupo. If you're sitting right now, and I'm sure you all are, subukan yung mag-cross legs. Try nyo lang, guys. Come on, gentlemen. Cross legs kayo, at yung medyas nyo, dapat naka-cover pa rin ang legs nyo. Okay, look at this guy. This is just so wrong because kitang-kita yung kanyang skin. So, ganun dapat kahaba. So, invest in long socks, okay? So, if your shoes are black, wear black socks. If your shoes are brown, wear brown socks, okay? And of course, ima-match mo yan sa color ng trousers mo, ng pantalon mo. Kung black ang pants mo, then black socks, sorry, and black shoes. Okay? And for the ladies naman, ladies, for those of you who are not used to wearing heels, there are flat shoes that look very professional and classy, like this one. Printed socks. Okay, Jordan has a question. Printed socks. You know, Jordan, honestly, I actually like those. Okay, personally, I like guys wearing, you know, cute socks, orange with fruits on them and all that. I mean, they look cute, but it would really depend on the company that you're working for. If you're an entrepreneur, let's say you are a businessman, you're in the food business, and it's not that formal in the office, diba? Okay lang yun. I actually find that cute. But kung nasa hotel ka or sa bangko ka, parang for me, personally, I'd go for the traditional and very conservative pair of socks, which is plain black. Okay? Also, again, so going back to the ladies, ito naman, kung hindi ka sanay mag-heels, it's okay. Like this pair of flats look really nice with your slacks, okay? Or even skirt. But of course, for those of you who love to wear heels, okay sa akin. Ako personally, I prefer yung Cuban heels because hindi siya bad for your back. Now, of course, if you're young, if you're in your early 20s, and kayang-kaya mo yung mga stilettos na matataas, okay, no problem. But I will just have to warn you that I would save those high heels, the stilettos, for evening events. You know, yung hindi ka masyadong matagal na nakatayo. You know, like, for example, you're going to a dinner. It's okay to wear those 4-inch heels. But if you're going to be in a, let's say, you're going to be at work and you have to walk back and forth, kailangan mo umakyat panaog, I wouldn't recommend that, ladies, because it can hurt your back. It can hurt your legs. Okay? It can hurt your feet, and it will. All right? So, ang sinasuggest ko palagi, yung mga Cuban heels na ganito, because they provide enough support for the spine, for your back. Okay? Remember, sa hotel noon, nung nag-start ako, we had to stand for 8 hours. Before I got into sales, nag-training kami sa iba't ibang departments at the front office. Nakakapagod yun. Okay? So, again, you learn how to stand properly, balance your weight, no, with your 2 legs. Guys, not these, okay? Sa trabaho, I see some ladies sometimes wearing these really, how would I say, inappropriate shoes for work. Okay, ito pang party kung gusto nyo, di ba? Pag magrarampa kayo or, but if you're showing up at work, I would not recommend na kita yung toes nyo at ganyan ang mga style ng sapatos nyo. Okay? All right. Okay, we'll reserve the questions for towards the end. Miss Kate will put them all together. Okay, and of course, for the makeup, the hair, if you are moving a lot in the office, I would really recommend, for the ladies, just tying your hair back. If you notice, yung mga makeup nitong ladies are not very heavy. No, they're very appropriate for the corporate setup. So if you're working in an office, if you are working with clients, you're face-to-face with clients, this would be the professional look. Okay? Kung ayaw mong nagtatali ng buhok, nakababa yung hair mo, it's okay for as long as it looks tidy. Hindi yung nakabuhaghag or it covers your face. Okay? Let's avoid, if may bangs ka, let's avoid keeping them, parang walang ayos like this. We would want, of course, lagyan ng hairspray or ng gel just to pull it away from the face. Because this kind of bangs would literally, ang gagawin mo dyan, lagi mong i-move ng ganon, which can really be annoying, for your client or for your boss or for anyone for that matter. And gentlemen, with your haircut naman, please, alam ko some of you love long hair, pero wag naman sanang ganito, no? Let's try to keep our haircut really clean, put gel, kahit maiksi yung buhok, iba pa rin yung dating pag naka-gel yung lalaki because it looks more polished, it's in place. Hindi dapat tumatama sa kilay pag may yung ibang lalaki kasi 'di ba they fix their hair na nakababa na gano'n. Hindi dapat tumatama sa kilay, hindi tumatama sa ibabaw ng tenga, at hindi tumatama sa batok. Okay? Kung tumatama na yung hair nyo dito, kailangan nang magpagupit. Okay? So it's better talaga to keep it clean and polished. Okay? All right. So again, guys, do not compare yourself to others because sasabihin mo, ang ganda ng hairstyle ni Catherine sa Too Good to be True. Kulot-kulot, papakulot din ako. Kung hindi naman bagay, di ba? So you have to ask your hairdresser what hairstyle actually looks good on you. Okay? So, sabi nga nila, look in the mirror because that's your competition. You're only competing with yourself. You're not competing with anyone else. All right, are we good with this? Are we good with our second point, which is dress for success? The first one is be self-aware, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know your dreams. Number two, dress for success. So I gave you some very, practical tips on how to present yourself when you go or when you show up at work. Now for point three, which I'd like for us to focus a little bit on, is professionalize your communication skills. Because again, guys, anuhin mo, ang ganda ng bihis mo, if yung pananalita naman natin is not appropriate in the workplace. And when I say professionalize your communication skills, guys, I am talking about the 3 V's. Okay? So professional presence is all about, we talked about that already. Your visual communication, which actually accounts for 55% of your impact on others. Okay? Imagine kung ang buhok mo maayos, naka-makeup ka ng tama, light lang, okay, maayos ang suot mo, pantay ang belt mo, sa yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, maayos yung shoes nyo, malinis ang nails nyo, you smell nice, that's already 55%. Hahaluan pa natin ng posture. Diba? If you slouch like this in a meeting, like this, like you can literally see me slouching, that already tells the other person, oh, this person is not confident about himself, so I'm not going to be confident in him either. You know how sometimes how sheepish we are when we enter a conference room? Nagpapatawag ng meeting ang board of directors, let's say, and papasok tayo doon, and we're like, hello, ma'am. Hello, sir. Good morning po. And you're literally making yourself so much smaller. Pinaliliit mo yung sarili mo because you don't want them to think that you are arrogant or you're overly confident. This thing about us, sometimes we have this tendency na, I want to be humble. I want to be simple. That's okay. But you don't have to make yourself small like that. Okay? If you want to be humble and you want to be confident at the same time, push your shoulders backward. Everybody, can you do that with me? Push your shoulders. Come on, push, push, push. Yan. Huwag kayong kumukuba sa opisina. Unang-una, masama yan para sa likod nyo. Masama para sa leeg nyo. Okay? I literally I have seen so many companies na pagpasok mo lahat ng tao nakaganito. Okay? Nakakuba, nakayuko. I mean, you can really work na nakadiretso. Okay? And you look better and you will feel better. Okay? So that's part of your visual image, visual communication. All right? Ano pa? The way you use your hands when you're talking to people. Image enhancement ang topic natin ngayon. So how do you enhance your image with the use of your hands? Well, first of all, you don't use your pointer finger to point at somebody. Oy, ikaw ha, ikaw. That is a big no-no. If you want to point at somebody, let's say may tinuturo kang tao or may tinuturo kang lugar or kwarto sa opisina, please use an open palm. Okay? Mr. So-and-so. Oh, Miss So-and-so. Miss Kate. Ganon. May nagtanong, excuse me, saan yung office ng ganito, ni Mr. ganito? Oh, ma'am, this way, please. Just please go straight ahead and then you can turn right. Open palm. Hindi yung ma'am nandito. Ma'am, minsan hip-hop pa tayo. Yeah, yo, ma'am, dun po. All right? Again, your hands. account for 55% of your image. Okay, your facial expression, if you're always nakakunot like this, then it's no good. Okay, are we good with that? 55% is visual communication. Can you give me a thumbs up if you agree with me that this is such a powerful way for us to enhance your image? Okay, now let's go to verbal. Verbal communication is basically the words that you use. Okay? Ano ba yung sinasalita mo? Ano yung laman ng sinasabi mo? That's 7%. Okay? For instance lang, tinanong ka ng boss mo, bakit ka na late today? Ba't ka na late today? Ma'am, pasensya na, nalate ako ngayon kasi nag-away kami ng jowa ko. Alright? I mean, jowa is a term that you use when you're talking to your friends, probably, or your siblings, but not with your boss. Okay? So you can say something like, oh, ma'am, I had an issue. I had a little, family concern with my husband or with my wife or with, kung sa Tagalog, yung asawa ko po, nagkaroon lang po ng konting problema sa bahay. That is much better than saying, nag-away kami ng jowa ko. Okay? Ano pa ba? Marami pang mga terms, that we need to avoid in the workplace. Let's say, okay, guys, ito lang for the frontliners. Or whether you're working in a bank or anywhere na nag-deal kayo with customers face-to-face, please, kapag nag-uusap naman kayo nung colleague mo, can you please address each other properly? I mean, I know you guys are friends, but sometimes nakakarinig ako, kunwari, customer ka, kausap kita. Yes, ma'am, how may I help you? Okay, one moment please, ma'am. Uy, sis, ano ba? Tagal-tagal mo dyan. Nababwisit na ako sa'yo. All these things. I mean, 7%. The words that we use. Okay? I hear that. I hear that in restaurants, the waiters chatting with each other, the bartenders chatting with each other, in the salons, the manicuristas chatting with each other. They talk about nasty stuff in front of the customer. And it affects the image of the establishment or the organization. So again, we need to be very mindful of the words that we use. Okay, so, let me just share. Can I just share one thing? Oh my goodness, I'm not even gonna mention the name of this exclusive place. Okay, talaga nanggigil ako, guys. You know what happened? So we went for dinner, okay? And this is a membership club, so it's very exclusive, high-end, quite pricey. Okay, so may kasama ko na siya yung member, ako guest. Okay, hindi ako member doon. Magdi-dinner kami. Okay. Apparently, tinanong nung member, dapat ba akong mag-log dito sa desk? And we were at the front desk. Alam mo, sagot nung receptionist, well, hindi nga receptionist parang manager pa yun Sabi niya, no, hindi na po sir, yung kasama nyo lang po, yung kasama nyo. Oh my God. And I really wanted to say something, but I didn't. Because really, guys, the term kasama nyo is so, I don't know, again, if you are in Divisoria at sinabi ni Manang yon na yung kasama mo, okay lang yon. But if you're working for a very exclusive club, not party club, but a business club, you don't use that term. You have to say something like, oh no, sir, you don't have to register. We will just register your guest, ma'am. Ma'am, please register. Your guest, hindi yung kasama nyo. Yeah, ganun pa yung pagturo. Yung kasama nyo lang po, sir. And imagine, visually, that was just so wrong. And verbally, that was absolutely wrong. But sa kanya, to be fair to the lady, wala naman siyang masamang intention. She's just not properly trained. She's just not conscious of proper etiquette. Okay? Kaya guys, kahit sa telepono, if you are in the BPO industry, I mean, the words that we use, I know we get a lot of nasty customers or nasty callers, and that's absolutely fine. They're customers, all right? So they always deserve to be treated right. And so our verbal communication has to be on point. Now, for example, the term mahirap. Ang hirap, mahirap yan. Ako, hindi kaya yan. Walang budget dyan. Diba? Walang budget dyan. Let's say you're a manager and one of your subordinates is asking for a budget for something, and sasabihin mo kaagad, wala tayong budget dyan. That's 7%. Walang budget. And the tone, vocal, is also condescending. Instead of saying walang budget dyan, pwede natin tignan ng, i-explore natin paano tayo pwede magkaroon ng budget dyan. Again, that's image. Di ba? Kesa yung puro tayo negative. Am I making sense here, guys? Because sometimes we are too, we don't know the value of these 3 V's, instead of saying customers, nagtanong, meron ba kayong iced tea? Ay ma'am, wala po ubos na, out of stock na po. I mean, that's verbal communication, and it just does not exude professionalism when you say wala na. You could just say something like, ma'am, at the moment what we have are sodas. Would you like to have that instead? Diba? That sounds more professional than, ma'am, wala na pong iced tea, naubusan po kami ngayon. Dami po kasi nag-order. Diba? Minsan ganun yung mga sagot Diba? Instead of saying, oh, ma'am, at the moment, we only have soda. Our iced tea po will be available this evening pa po. We apologize for that. That spells a huge difference on the verbal communication impact in the professional setup. Okay? So again, guys, take communication seriously, because the number one problem in organizations is always poor communication or the lack of it. Okay, now let's go to vocals. Vocal communication is now the tone of the voice, how you say things, how you sound. All right, how you sound. Okay, so for instance, nag-greet ka. Let's say you're a manager or the director of a company, and you start a meeting in a very, lacking in power. For example, lacking in power. You'll just say, okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Mancom. Thank you for coming. There's really no energy. It's monotonous. Instead of saying good morning, everyone, you can say good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate your participation this morning. How's everybody today? Doesn't that sound more powerful than good morning, everyone? So today, we will start our Mancom. Nakakuba ka na. Hindi pa tama yung tono mo. Mga ginagamit mo pa, mga weak words. Okay, so again, guys, if you want to enhance your image, communication is key. I am not saying that it always has to be in English. Pwede namang straight Tagalog yan, but you can still be very professional. Okay? Always remember that the best school for etiquette is called old school. All right? Kung ano man ang mga tinuro ng mga lola at lolo natin, mga nanay at tatay natin na matatanda na, guys, merong malaking value yon. And I cannot emphasize enough, the generation these days have completely forgotten that. I'm sorry, no offense, okay? But in the professional setup, you will never get old with etiquette, with tradition. So when you're talking to a client and you got surprised, don't say, oh my God, sir, I got shook there. You know how the younger ones would say, oh my God, I got shook. Oh my God, gee, guys, gee, sir. You are in a professional setup. So you got to know how to, again, if you're working for let's say you're working for the Peninsula Hotel, for instance, right? Or Shangri-La. You can't talk to your clients like that. Oh my God, sir, you got shook there. And if your client says, okay, can you print out my my bill, please? Okay, I'm G, sir. You can't. You just have to apply the proper etiquette. So what am I saying here, guys? You can never go wrong with old school, all right? So if you can just go back to your parents, go back to your grandparents, or your titas and titos who are still around, ask for the proper etiquette, because they're the ones who are going to share with you, years and years of tradition. I am very conservative when it comes to that. So I would not sacrifice that for the image of my organization. Okay, right. Let's get on with this. Okay, for the community. So now we're talking about etiquette. Okay, being proper. That's why I love the UK so much, because every time I'm there, when I took my master's in the UK, I was surrounded by members of the parliament. My classmates were, members of the parliament, United Nations lawyers. And wow, I literally learned so much about etiquette. You know how we Filipinos love to take pictures, right? Pictures, get them pictures, and then post on Instagram or Facebook, or you add somebody you've never met. I realized that that is not going to work with other cultures. You have to be very sensitive. Some cultures don't like for us to take their pictures and post them on social media. So these are just some of the things that we need to be sensitive about. Having etiquette means being sensitive to diversity. Okay, if you're a female, you got to be sensitive to the needs of a male. If you're a male, you got to be sensitive to the needs of female. Diba? If you're a Gen Z, you got to be sensitive to your superior or the older ones' needs and wants. And same thing, maybe us, the older ones, maybe we can also be sensitive to the needs of the younger ones. So it's all about that. And there are three things that I'd like to highlight at this point, guys, okay? Because we want to end on time because we'll have to pass it on to Ms. Kate shortly, okay? Number one is telephone etiquette. How do you answer your phones at work? Now, sasabihin mo, may operator naman eh. Siya na lang yung sumasagot dyan. Yeah, I get that. But if you have your own phone at work, you still remember that that's not your personal phone. That's the company phone. So number one, pick it up. Don't let it ring like crazy. Sasabihin mo, hindi naman yan sa akin eh, sa katabi ko. Pick it up because you still work in that company. That's etiquette. That's the image that you want to project, that you care about your colleagues, you care about your company. That's telephone etiquette. And let's say in my office, sometimes yung finance, katabi ng marketing, kunwari, diba? Minsan hindi naman magkakahiwalay yung opisina, magkakatabi lang yan, pero ibang department. So if you're, let's say, marketing, napadaan ka dun sa table ng finance and it kept ringing, answer it. Good afternoon, finance. This is Tinette. How may I assist you? Right? Even if you're a marketing person. And people are going to look at you and say, wow, she's so professional. Yeah, that's not even her phone, but she picked it up anyway. Okay, so ask your HR, ask your boss, what is the proper script in answering your phone? But I would personally suggest greet, state your name, greet, company name, your name, offer assistance. Okay, but again, I'm not, kasi iba-ibang kumpanya. Minsan, thank you for calling ABC Corporation, di ba ganon? But I personally prefer, good afternoon, ABC Corporation. This is Tinette. How may I assist you? Because you always start with a greeting and you end with a thank you. So when you're going to close the call, you say, thank you for calling ABC Corporation. Have a great day. Diba? That sounds so much better. Kasi imagine, pinakilala ko kay Kate. Kate, this is Tinette. Tinette, this is Kate. Ano bang sasabihin namin sa isa't isa? Hi! Di ba ganon? You greet. You don't say, okay, Tinette, this is Kate. Kate, this is Tinette. Thank you. Di ba? Parang mali, no? So same thing holds for cell phones and for landlines. You greet first. Good afternoon, ARIVA Academy. This is Tinette. How may I assist you? Right? So you practice the perfect script with the perfect tone, with the perfect heart. Okay? And usually, etiquette-wise, standard is about 2 to 3 rings before you answer the phone. Not 1, not 4. And the psychology behind that is the one calling is given enough time to inhale and then exhale before somebody picks up the phone. Yun lang yung psychology doon. Hindi yung bigla-bigla. Okay? And hindi rin masyadong matagal. All right. Next, email etiquette. This is so important, guys. I personally do not read emails that are not addressed to me. Okay. Now it's a different story if I'm carbon copied. Okay, but by the way, CC is carbon copy. Still, a lot of people don't understand what CC means. Akala lang nila copy furnish. It's like, well, edi dapat CF. Diba? So CC is carbon copy. Okay, BCC is blind carbon copy. By the way, I just had to say that. So email etiquette is you really do have to practice the proper, the proper protocol. If the email was sent to you, then you have to reply, at least by acknowledging it or providing information. Also, please start your email with dear, okay? Like dear Miss Kate or dear Miss Palanya, okay? Hindi yung hi. If you're writing a client, you say hi. I mean, again, if you want to be really professional about it, you don't say hi in an email to a client. Now, if it's just a friend that you're sending it to, let's say, within the company, and it's a friend and you'd like to remind her of the meeting, you can say, hi, Kate, just wanted to remind you about our meeting at 3 o'clock this afternoon. See you. Thank you. That's it. But if it's a client, if it's your boss, if it's the stakeholders, if it's the public, if it's a supplier, if it's somebody that you're not close to, please use dear Miss or Mr. So-and-so. Okay, guys, that you can never go wrong with that. And always close it with thank you very much, best regards, or kind regards, or sincerely, or I love using best wishes, and then your name. Okay, never ever say to all. To all. Okay, well, who are you addressing to? You can say dear team, dear everyone. If you're sending an email to your department, please say dear team or dear sales team instead of dear all, because all can pertain to animals and things as well. But everyone is more of people. Okay. Lastly, virtual meeting etiquette, guys. All right. When you're using Zoom like this, believe me, your kingdom is just this. Okay. Just this frame is your kingdom. So you got to give it your best image. All right. Avoid putting your washing machine at the back or maybe your bed. I mean, if you really have to do a work from home thing or a meeting, please put a proper virtual background, okay? Or blur it. Blurring it is fine. Or just a blank wall. But please, if you have dogs, babies, please do not get them into your kingdom. And your shoulders always have to be seen. Kita niyo yung shoulders ko, nakikita niyo yung shoulders ko, di ba? So, dapat ang shoulders mo, kung nagva-virtual meeting ka, nakikita ng kausap mo. That also shows being proper. Mas na-enhance lalo yung image ng kumpanya mo. Kesa yung iba kasi guys, ang dami ko nakikitang ganito, yung ang lapit-lapit. Hi! Ganyan na. Kitang-kita yung nostrils mo, lahat ng mga zits mo, kitang-kita. So, please, put it in a way na yung ulo mo, nasa loob pa rin ng frame, kita ang shoulders mo, nasa gitna ka. That's the proper way. If your laptop is too low on the table, you gotta elevate it. Okay? Either ipatong mo siya sa box or merong mga nagpapa-elevate ng laptop, please. Okay? Are we good with that, guys? Virtual meeting etiquette. We have a full course on that, just virtual meeting etiquette. But I'm just giving you the key points para mas ma-appreciate mo yung importance ng image when it comes to dealing with your professional network. Okay? All right. And then, of course, just to highlight the importance of developing professional habits, guys. All right. Present yourself professionally because remember, you are working for an organization, whether it's owned by another person or you own it. Remember, you are representing the organization. So please practice the highest form of professionalism and etiquette. Avoid these kinds of habits, gossiping, shouting at each other, conducting yourself as if bahay yon. Okay, I did a training for a private company last month, I think that was, and people were wearing slippers in the office. And when I asked them, why are you guys wearing slippers? Oh, ma'am, kasi masakit po yung paa namin. Okay, why are you not getting a comfortable pair of shoes? And they couldn't answer because the culture in the organization has allowed it. Okay, so if you want to enhance, guys, your image, not just your own image, but the company's image, you got to work as a team. and developing professional habits. Okay, what happens in the pantry during break time? Gossiping ba? Siraan ba? Picking on other people who are not around? If you're part of that, it's time to review yourself. Time to self-assess. Okay? All right. Are we good with that, guys? Do I get a thumbs up if we are making sense here? Okay, because image is, again, not just about the proper eyeliner or the proper shade of makeup. It's not just about that, believe me. There's so much more to that. Okay, so just to end, let me share this quote with you by Stephen Acheson. He says, your outer beauty will capture the eyes, but your inner beauty will capture the heart. So again, it all goes back to my tip number 1, got to be self-aware, got to know your KSA, got to invest in yourself, and make sure that you have your dreams and goals in place so that you serve as an inspiration to others. Okay, so with that, thank you so much, everyone. My name again is Tinette Cortes. I shall turn you over to Miss Kate. Thank you so much. If you have
Thank you so much.
I'll be so happy to answer some questions. Thank you.
There you go. Thank you so much, Coach. Yes, we received a lot of questions. So we still have 10 minutes to answer them. Here are the questions. But for those of you who'd like to ask more questions, please type them here in the chat box, and then I'll be reading them in a while. But let me read the first ones that we received. Okay, this one. How can a retiree maintain a professional image?
How can a retiree? Actually, I don't see any reason why a retiree cannot apply everything that we've talked about. No, when, again, a retiree is probably not involved in the daily grind of things in the corporate world, but just again, going back to my 3 points. If you're in your 60s or 70s, it's never too late to have another set of dreams, right? I mean, if you want to learn baking, if you want to learn yoga, that's going to give you a sense of purpose, and it's going to reflect also on our faces, right? Yeah, when you're in your 70s, you cannot avoid having wrinkles, but those wrinkles are beautiful. For me, wrinkling is beautiful. You just it's the eyes that I look at. So when you're so passionate about something new, let's say you're retired or you want to learn how to do something, play the piano or the guitar, go ahead. That's the first step. And then just again, dress accordingly. If you're in your 60s or 70s, dress accordingly. Wear something that's comfortable for you, something that you like, and you can even play with colors. Some people feel good when they wear yellow or orange or sky blue. Wear something that brings out that positive energy. Okay, so that would be my advice, Miss Kate.
Thank you so much for that. Another question here. How can we create a professional image even when our uniform or overall work attire at the office is very casual, like polo shirt, jeans, and sneakers?
Okay. All right. As I've mentioned earlier, I'm not sure if you heard it, whoever asked this question. As I've mentioned earlier, it's okay if your uniform is, let's say, a polo shirt, a sports shirt, jeans, and sneakers. Don't focus too much on the idea that, oh, it's just jeans and sneakers. No, wear the polo shirt with a nice, it's properly pressed. It's free from stains and loose threads. Your jeans have to fit you well. Okay, it's not too tight and it's not too loose. Your sneakers have to be clean, and you will look very professional. So that's it. I mean, if that's your uniform, carry it well because it represents your organization.
Okay, thank you for that. There's a question here in the chat box. It's from Mitzi. For the color of shoes for female, what color fits a corporate style?
Okay, I assume, Mitzi, that your question is for somebody who doesn't have a uniform. Okay, because if you have a uniform, let's say in a bank, they have a uniform. The proper color is always black for the shoes. Okay, but if you do not have a uniform, let's say you have the liberty to wear, a dress or a blouse and skirt, then it has to match the color of your outfit. So for example, you're wearing, I don't know, maybe a white blouse and khaki skirt. What would look nice with that would be brown. Brown would look nice with a khaki skirt because they're somehow, the same shade, earth colors, if that's your peg for the day. And the next day, let's say you are more fiery, you wore red that day. Red would look nice with beige, with tan shoes, the nude color, like skin color, or black, and match it with a nice black belt. So again, there are no hard rules, but I would not veer into the fuchsia or neon colors for work unless your industry is entertainment or advertising or fashion. Again, it depends on the industry that you're in. Okay, but it has to match your skin color. It has also to match your dress or your outfit.
Okay, thank you for that. Another question here. Okay, one moment. How do we encourage the grooming standards without being imposing or violating the employee's right to self-expression? Interesting question.
Well, okay, this is a very ambiguous question, all right? Because it can be very tricky. If I say that, you can actually express yourself, but if you're working in a bank, again, I always want to go back to the bank because this is where they have uniforms, it's conservative. Well, and somebody insists in wearing neon yellow blazers every day. Well, my advice would be look for another job. Yeah, I'm sorry, but if let's say ABC Bank or XYZ Bank says wear black because that's our uniform, and you're going to insist, no, I'm into self-expression here, I'm gonna have to wear orange. Well, then okay, then you're free to wear orange, but it's not gonna be in this bank. So guys, sometimes we have to be more, I know we're into self-expression and being yourself, but we gotta go back again to what's pragmatic. Okay, the reality here is you're looking for a job. Who needs more who? Okay, this is the question. If you need the job more, then let's comply to the standards. Okay, if you do not need that job and you can do away with that job, start your own business where you can express yourself. And that's the reason why I left my work, because I want to express myself. I want to have my own time. I want to be able to wear what I want, go to the places where I want. So express yourself, of course. But if you're going to carry the name of a company, you're not violating the rights of the employees because that has already been discussed at the orientation, in the contract. So you just have to be transparent with the employee that, look, we require you to wear this and respect the company policy. If you can't do that, we respect that. That's how I will respect the employee's rights to choose to work or not to work with the organization.
Thank you for that. I have another interesting question here. Is it proper to dress up mas bongga than your superiors?
When you say mas bongga, it's very subjective. Okay, it's very subjective. There are people who are naturally flamboyant, right? I mean, they love wearing scarves and colorful. For me, again, in an organization like that, I would not mind at all. Really, I'm quite. Again, that's how I respect people. If I have a staff who is, or a team member rather, who's so flamboyant, it's okay. It doesn't offend me. I mean, if you're the leader and you get threatened by the way your team member dresses up, then girl, you got a problem. So it's okay, really. But of course, you don't want to go overboard that it will jeopardize the reputation of the company. So that would be my answer. It shouldn't really, because your boss might be just really very simple. So we respect that. And the staff is quite flamboyant. And I like that. I like flamboyant people. So yeah.
Thank you for that. Another question. This one's from Myra Oineza. How about the color of the stockings?
Oh, good question. Okay. Normally, again, if you're wearing a uniform, if you notice, there are companies whose uniform requires black stockings and black shoes. Of course, we'll just have to comply to the company standards, okay? But if you are free to wear whatever, skin color stockings would always be the best bet, okay? Skin color, because you can never go wrong with it. Never ever wear stockings that are darker than your skirt. I have seen ladies who would wear gray skirts and black stockings. Big no-no, okay? So if you're wearing black stockings, you can wear grayish stockings. Okay, so does that make sense? Your skirt has to always be darker than the color of your stockings. All right? Okay.
Thank you. Another question. One moment. Let me just go back here. This is from Raw G. Landicho. Which is more important to you, the attitude or skills?
I would go for attitude because it cannot be learned. You know, it's inherent in the person. So skills can be developed through practice and training and coaching. But attitude, if somebody actually comes into the team who's so good, for example, in sales, but that person cannot work with my team and cannot treat my clients right, never mind. Never mind. So attitude is number one.
Okay, I think we're down to our last two questions. Here, it was sent to me privately, so I won't be reading the name of this person. The question is, do we need to be sensitive with the culture of our institution in the way we project ourselves in dressing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have to be very sensitive. If you're coming from, let's say, a very liberal or liberated background, let's say you had your own business before and you can wear whatever you want. You come to work in shorts and mini skirt, and then all of a sudden you decided, oh, I want to get a job. I want to work for somebody. And that company says, oh, you have to wear this, long sleeves, close neck, a blazer, slacks, and flats, flat shoes. You just gotta respect. Yes, of course. We cannot, impose. Guys, again, organizations are made of groups of people, and we are just one person. You have to remember that. We are just one person in that organization, and we gotta respect the culture, and then we have to comply. My advice, if you do not want to comply, do not look for a job. You create jobs. Okay, that way you can dress whatever way you can. You create jobs, and nobody's gonna dictate on what you should wear. So yeah, that would be my answer to that, Miss Kate.
Thank you for that. And the last one, how about employees with tattoos?
Okay, I guess this is a very how would I say, subjective matter. I personally appreciate tattoos, right? And in my organization, people with tattoos are okay. I mean, it doesn't bother me. The best person to answer that would be, of course, the HR of your organization, because tattoos that are done with such good taste are actually okay. But if I've seen people put tattoos in their eyes. Have you seen that, Miss Kate? I mean, I forget the name of the characters. Yeah, they would
tattoos in their eyes might be the
no, in their eyes, like literally they poke a needle into their eyes with ink.
I haven't seen that yet, no.
Believe me, you go to YouTube and Google it or find them on YouTube. It's crazy. I wouldn't go for that. I wouldn't go that intense, all right? Or tattoos on your faces, like a big spider here. And then here you are working for an airline as a flight attendant. Parang hindi bagay, di ba? So tattoos are okay. There are some industries that don't mind having tattoos, na exposed arms, it's okay. But again, it depends on the industry. So I again, subjectively, I'm okay with tattoos, but don't quote me on that when you apply for a job and say, hey, sabi ng trainer sa ARIVA, pwede. Right? So it's really a personal preference.
Thank you so much. That would be all. I know we still have a lot of questions, but we ran out of time. But thank you so much. Coach, thank you so much. Because of that, we'd like to present you with this certificate. Let me read this. ARIVA Academy Learning Development at its finest gratefully presents a certificate of appreciation to Coach Tinette Cortes for generously sharing her professional expertise, invaluable knowledge, and wisdom to the delegates of excellent professional image at work, creating a powerful professional brand and image. Held on October 4, 2022 via Zoom platform, signed by the Chairman and Chief Strategist Learning Event Producer J.M. Matienzo and President and Chief Learning and Development Strategist Michelle Irish Malonda Samson. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our speaker, Coach Tinette Cortes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Kate and ARIVA family. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for your participation as well.
Yes, our participants are really very active. So thank you so much. Now, because their cameras are on, we'd like to do a group photo with our speaker. So please wear your brightest smiles. And I'd like to call on our technical director, Jeff, to assist us.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Kate. Okay, guys, please open your camera before we start for the group picture. Come on, guys, open your camera. Let's wait for the others. Come on. Okay, get ready. Show me your beautiful smiles in my count. Get ready. And 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, one more. This time, let's do a thumbs up naman po. Thumbs up, guys. Come on. Okay, get ready. And my count. And 3, 2, 1, smile. Thank you. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you, everyone. In behalf of everyone from ARIVA Academy, I'd like to say thank you for being with us on this terrific Tuesday morning. We're looking forward to welcoming you again in our future learning events. Maraming salamat, everyone. God bless you all. And please, let's all stay safe. Thank you, everyone. See you again soon.
Thanks, Miss Kate. Thanks, everyone.
ARIVA Academy would like to thank
Yeah,